Aries, this is your tarot reading for the month of March. It is coming to you from the mountains of Java, but you'll notice that the opening titles page, I have pictures of the amulet market in Bangkok, which is where I was in January. And I've got that picture on it simply because I'm using an amulet for luck in this reading. Aries, this looks like a good spread for March if you ask me. Central card there, the King of Swords. King who's in control of information, a wise king. Now that runs throughout the entire reading. It might mean that you get hold of some information, but I think it just means that you're wise. Does this mean that this month is about you learning something? I can't see that it's there, even though that's what this king meant when I did the reading for Aquarius. No, I'm not sure, but this runs throughout it. You go to the bottom right, we have the Strength card. Great card to have, you know, that's your recent past. Your current card is the Page of Pentacles. Suggests to me that you're looking for money, maybe trying to manifest money, going off looking for money. And your future energy is the King of, so another king, very good. King of Cups, King of Love, control of your emotions. So you're in control of your intellect and your emotions. That's a lovely balance, isn't it? The energy impacting on the outcome is the Page of Cups. Maybe going out looking for love or looking for something creative. Or what would prevent the outcome is the Hermit card, going inside yourself looking for answers. And the outcome is the Chariot card. Balance, control, moving in a quick direction. So a wonderful outcome. Can't see anything wrong with this reading whatsoever. Just looks good, looks great to me. I bet there's a twist. I bet there's a twist. Overall energy running through it is the King of Swords, a clever, an intellectual king, a king that has information, a king that people would come to for information, a king that's in control of his in control of information, if you like, in control of his mind. A wise king. It would appear you're all these things, Aries. And this runs throughout the entire reading. It could just mean that this month you're learning a lesson from the universe. Could be about some new information coming to you. So I need to keep that in mind as I do the reading. But I think it just means that you're wise. In your recent past, we have the Strength card. This is an inner strength. You look at that card, it's actually the woman who's got the strength, more so than the lion. I mean, the lion's going to protect her, but she's not frightened of the lion, and that's what the real strength is. So you have this massive inner strength. So you're clever, you're strong. You know, what is there not to love about you, you know? It just seems a great reading so far. And your current energy is that of the Page of Pentacles. Suggests it's about finance. It could be about skills, but suggests it's about finance. You're trying to create new money. Maybe even trying to do that by manifesting new money. Going off on a journey looking for money. It does probably suggest that it will come to you. You look at the card, you know, it looks a bit of a parched environment. So nobody's saying that it will be easy, but it looks like, you know, you're determined and you're going to get there. So it looks like, yeah, it looks like you're on a quest for money, if you ask me. Future energy is the King of Cups, King of Love. I wouldn't call him a fool for love. The Knight of Love is a fool for love, but it's possible. No, you're much more in control of your emotions. So we've had a King of Swords, which suggests that you're intellectual, and now we've got this sort of King of Cups, which suggests you're in control of your emotions. Quite a lovable person, a loving person and lovable person, but are in control of them. This is the future energy. You look at him, well, you know, he's in a beautiful clothing, he's sitting on a lovely throne, he's got his cup and his sceptre, so that's sort of, he's got power, but power over the conscious and the subconscious. But what the hell is his throne doing in the sea like King Canute? Is there something a bit stupid about him? I often wonder. And the energy impacting on the outcome is the Page of Cups. You're certainly looking for something. So we've got 2 kings and 2 pages. So you're looking for something. And remember, we've had a King of Cups, and now you've got a Page of Cups. Are you looking for love? Could be. Or are you looking for something creative? You look at him, he's walking along the shoreline, and he's staring at that cup with that fish sticking out of it. You know, my eldest stepdaughter went to art school, and that's the sort of thing she'd do, you know. Stare at a fish in a cup. Walk along the street doing it and everybody thinking she's mad. Is that relevant? I've no idea. I can't see anything wrong with this reading though. I know what's rattling me about this reading. It's this card, the Hermit. Now this card doesn't actually have to happen, but this card changes the outcome. The Hermit is about going inside yourself and looking for answers. But given that you seem so strong, what are these answers you're seeking? What is it that you're seeking when everything seems fine? Is it just a warning that you've got everything and not to contemplate too much, just get on with things because of the outcome is about getting on with things? Maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe I'm overthinking, because this could be a warning not to overthink. As far as I'm concerned, Aries, the outcome's a great outcome, the Chariot. So why am I trying to rain on your parade? I don't know. Chariots, you've got balance, you've got one white horse, one black horse, you've got one Hindu temple, one Buddhist temple, you've got hold of the reins so you're in control, the chariot would move fast, you're going somewhere, you found your direction, you know what you're doing. Isn't this great? Why do I have my misgivings? Why? Of course, moving quickly, with a pace, with a sense of direction, is absolutely the wrong thing to do if it's the wrong direction. Let's just get some clarity. Let's get some clarity in. Prove me wrong, eh? Prove me wrong. Now, although it's the Hermit card that gave me this sense of not everything might be quite what it seems, I'm going to seek clarity on this King of Swords because of, could it be that information comes to you that makes you the Hermit? And oh my God, I was so right to get this clarity. First card, the Five of Wands, a card of conflict. Second card, the Eight of Swords, self-restrictions. And final card, the Devil, unhealthy attachments. Let's look at each individually, eh? And now if you remember, we're clarifying this King of Swords, which is about you having information, you being clever. But it could be about information coming to you, and I'm pretty certain that's what it is, because the first card of clarity is the Five of Wands, card of conflict. It's probably an avoidable conflict. It's a conflict that occurs because of people pulling in different directions. They haven't been told. Well, they're not even different directions. They're trying to do the same thing, but they're trying to do it differently because they haven't been told how to do it. I remember, I'm sure she did it on purpose because she was a psychopath, but my former partner, whenever we carried heavy bits of furniture, say up and down stairs, I'd be going to my right, or she'd be going right, and I wouldn't know if it was my right or her right. There was a children's TV thing in the UK called the Chuckle Brothers, and they used to go to my right, you know, that sort of thing. It's that sort of a mistake. Now, I'm not saying they're a psychopath. You know, what I'm saying is it could easily be resolved. Interesting. And the next card we have is the Eight of Swords. Self-restrictions. Self-restrictions. You look at her, she's blindfolded, isn't she? She's not moving, even though those swords are above her, because she doesn't know they're above her. You're not doing things. There's things you're not doing. Gosh. There's this sense of betrayal. There's things you're not doing. You're holding yourself back. Why are you holding yourself back? And what is it you're holding yourself back from? Remember in the past we said you were strong? So you're a strong person. I've got an idea, but let's look at the next card before we get to it. Now we have the Devil. Unhealthy attachments, addictions. So we've got conflicts. Remember, this is confirming the King of Swords. We've got conflicts, we've got self-imposed restrictions, and we've got addictions. You're addicted to something, aren't you? You're aware of your addictions, and therefore you purposely avoid situations, you purposely avoid things because of those addictions. But you do have them. You do have them. You're clever, you're controlled, you can keep things at bay, but deep down there is this attachment or addiction, and it's not healthy. You look at the card, you know, it always reminds me of the Ironbridge Gorge close to where I'm from. And, you know, there they are feeding the blast furnace, and you know, you've got to keep feeding it. And it brought tremendous, well, it was the start of the Industrial Revolution, but it brought tremendous wealth to the area, but destroyed the bucolic valley. And, you know, it's this. You keep doing this thing because you're addicted to it, but it's digging you deeper and deeper into a hole. And, you know, this Chariot, you think you've got a sense of direction, but until you address this addiction, I think you're not going to thrive. Now, I don't know what this addiction is. We've no idea, you know. It could be an unhealthy attachment, you know. I mean, it could be as simple as, well, I say as simple as, it's not that simple, is it? But, you know, cigarettes are very inexpensive in Indonesia, and they've got these clothes in them, so they taste wonderful. the other thing is, as an empath, and as somebody who does divination, etc., etc., I find that smoking does help me to do divination. It does help me to understand some of the things that are out there. But they're so cheap and they taste so nice. I quickly get addicted, and I have to. I mean, I can. I mean, I've given them up again. You probably listen to me, and hear me coughing, and that's because I smoke too much. So I regularly give them up. I mean, I know you're saying you should give them up forever, but seriously, when you're an empath and you're doing this type of thing, the things that really help you are smoking, coffee, and chocolate. I know none of them that great for you, but yeah. And I think it's some sort of an addiction like this. It does get you into arguments. You do restrict what you do because of it. You try and make up for your own addiction. But yeah, you've got it, and you've got to address this. And that's why the hermit, rather than the chariot, is probably the right thing to do. Well, I'm going to summarise for you, Aries. I did not expect it to turn like this. Aries, you're strong, you're clever, you're in control of your emotions. You even could end up at the end of March with a great sense of balance and direction. But you're carrying with you a dark secret. And that dark secret is an addiction. I don't know what it's to. It could be something quite benign, like even listening to my tarot readings. But you've got one. And what you need to do, forget about this sense of direction. I mean, basically you're hiding this addiction, and you're doing very well at hiding it. But it restricts what you can do. And what you need to do is you need to meditate. You need to go inside yourself and find out what the underlying issues are. I mean, you'll know what the addiction is better than I. As I say, it could be something quite innocent. But you need to meditate. You need to uncover what your underlying issues and problems are. Because although you do a wonderful job of covering things up, you are covering things up. And you're only going to find what you really want. You keep searching for things, but you're only going to find what you really want when you address what the underlying problem is. And as I say, it's an addiction. It's an addiction that maybe is to do with betrayal, arguments. Were these family arguments from the distant past? I don't know, Aries. I'm putting words into my own mouth on this. You've got to meditate and find out, because there is something there, Aries, for sure.